it started to rain.
Oh my! We nearly walked into the rain without any protection. The observer instruction book should have told us to bring our equilibrium umbrella.
No need for excess perspiration. The rain you're seeing is completely dissimilar to the storm. Just a byproduct generated by this device, the Huygens Fresnel interferometer. It was built to observe the interaction between particular entities and chaotic systems.
So this device about our heads is an interferometer?
That's right. We'll be utilizing it during our experiment that, to jog your memory, you volunteered for. Thanks for that, by the way. Miss Regulus and Miss Sotheby already went in ahead of you. You'll probably find them in the world you're going to. Now, prepare for an enthralling adventure.
The instruction book says this machine sends our minds to other worlds, and the destinations are particular to a time and place. Do I have that right?
Wow, you actually did your homework for once. Yep, it's true. These particular sorts of places have many names. Quantum superposition, simulated worlds, space-time bubbles. Call it whatever you like. I kind of like the name Stage in the Rain.
Stage in the rain sounds lovely. This apple can't wait to visit a new world. Now, how do we begin? Are there any experimental procedures we must go through? Let me guess. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and walk clockwise in a circle 3 times.
No need. Besides, how would I get you to walk in a circle?
Well, this apple doesn't see a problem. With that said, if you have no strict procedure, what exactly are you intending with this experiment? Is it a novel scientific experience, or just a jolly bit of fun?
Oh, it's a serious experiment. One in which I propose to examine the very randomness that we usually attempt to avoid. As you stand on the stage, breathing in and out, the raindrop's behavior should start to change.
Because I'm breathing on the stage?
More precisely, because you exist on the stage. Go ahead and touch the raindrops.
What?
See? You're so much more than an external spectator. You were able to affect the system. Your actions, including your observations, no matter how inconsequential they may seem, can lead the system to produce unequivocally varied results. Alright, now... Loading complete, subjects in position. Great. See you later. Have fun.
apple? Good day, gentlemen. I believe I owe you thanks for this generous hospitality, unusual as it may be.
Did you hear that? It appears to have spoken. If that's so, then no wonder it can snore.
Enough! Speaking, snoring, it doesn't matter. We didn't hire you to lecture us on medicine.
Hire, you say? That's an odd way of putting it, after you cracked my ribs and hauled me here from Milan. I think some might instead call that kidnapping. I think I've caught a fever.
Stop whining. We barely bruised you. It was probably just the bumpy roads on the way to Firenze.
Firenze? Am I in Italy? Gentlemen, may I ask where I am and who you are?
You're the most curious apple I've ever known. Of course, we're in the great city of Firenze, Peninsula Italiana. These gentlemen you refer to here are known as the Templars. As for me, I am Leonardo da Vinci. Though please, call me Leonardo.
Wait, Leonardo? You're Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, the great painter.
But please, as I said, I prefer just Leonardo. Leonardo the inventor or Leonardo the engineer? Perhaps even the anatomist. I should hope there is more to my reputation than just painting. Va bene. It's safe to conclude you must be the mythical apple they've been looking for. I've never heard of any other talking apples.
And I must conclude you are indeed the Leonardo da Vinci. Although, if I might ask, Leonardo, what are you planning to do with that scalpel? And might this apple request you point it some other way? You see, pointing a knife at someone is seen as somewhat unfriendly where I'm from.
Please, do not worry, signore. This scalpel is a very delicate instrument, one of my favorites. Cold, sharp, and painless. One swift cut and it will find its way straight through the skin down to your core without spilling a drop of juice. Allow me to be honest with you and state things clearly. I have been asked to cut you into quarters so that I might record the makeup and consistency of your inner flesh. Crisp, I'd wager. Next, I'll soak your pieces, into a special solution so that I might... Oh, mi rincresce. I always get a bit excited whenever I start talking about my work. Now, hold still, Signore Golden Apple. Just a little slice.
This devil whirls about like a fly! Get it!
Of course I do. This apple won't go down without a fight.
You're overreacting, Signore Apple. I was only kidding.
Your jokes seem rather lethal to me.
Stop this madness. I'll have you know what you're about to do is a severe violation of the Geneva Convention.
What the devil are you talking about? I'm growing more and more curious about you.
Oh no, calm down. We can solve this in a civilized manner, can't we? Like proper gentlemen.
There is no need for propriety when dealing with witchcraft, like whatever created you. Now, if you want to save yourself some pain, I suggest you stop.
I feel like I'm in a nightmare. What in the world could you want with this apple for?
I can answer that. These gentlemen believe you to be the key to a rumored secret chamber. Of course, to prove their theory, they hired me to figure out just what it is that you are. I don't intend to hurt you. Just cooperate for now. Help is on the way.
Help? Oh, I do apologize, gentlemen. But I think there might have been a misunderstanding.
You expect us to believe that? Perhaps you've forgotten. Months ago, a golden apple was found floating in the Arno by a fisherman. Being a faithful man, he brought it to the church. And there something strange happened.
Strange? What are you talking about? I'm only an apple.
You, demonstrate for our guest.
I've already demonstrated it a dozen times. But of course, I would be glad to demonstrate once more, Signore.
Whoa! Please, be careful.
Found it. The perfect angle.
Who are they?
Persona sconosciuta.
Is that all? According to this apple's experience, you should only need to cast an incantation to reveal the details.
Call it magic, miracle, or trick as you like. All that I can see is a mystery that must be unraveled. Now wait.
What for?
For the perfect ray of light.
Blimey! What's going on?
It is beyond me to explain what I am seeing here. I've examined both the wall and your skin for some time, but found nothing. This may truly be a miracle.
Gentlemen, there's a line of letters down there.
Oh, it's nothing but a Caesar cipher. I can decode this in no time. Let me see. Subcadente fulgore, cadencia sanctuaria, coniunguntos. Under the waning glow, the waning sanctuaries unite.
beg your pardon. What's that song those children are singing about?
Buongiorno, signorina. You look a little out of place here. Might I guess you are a traveler like me?
Of a sort. Yes, mister.
Most excellent. I always enjoy an opportunity to guide a newcomer. The famed poet once claimed that Firenze was the most beautiful and renowned daughter of Rome. I suppose it is for that reason that many travelers come here, seeking the source of that claim, searching for the lost treasures of a fallen empire. But I hear a rumor now that people are pursuing a new target in our dear Firenze.
Could you mean this golden apple? It seems like everyone is talking about it.
Just so. It seems you know a little bit more about this rumor than you've let on. There are those that say the apple can reveal a miracle when raised before certain frescoes in the city. Since then, a dark cloud has gathered over us. For now, there are many here that seek the Complaner's treasures.
The Complaners? That's quite the unusual name. Were they singers of some sort?
They say they were a heretical cult, one that gathered in the city to sing heretical liturgies at dusk, hence the name. And apparently, they stashed away their relics in a secret chamber, somewhere in the Duomo di Firenze. Apparently, they would go there to perform unspeakable acts of evil, defiling the purpose of that beautiful dome. But the rumors say the relics they've hidden there are worth an incalculable fortune. All you need to know is it's worth a lot. Enough, they say, that the one who finds it would be wealthy enough to buy the whole Firenze.
Are you serious? You're suggesting there is enough money hidden there to buy a city? That's absurd.
How do you think the Medici took control in the first place? Money! It can buy art, soldiers, even the papacy. Compared to that, what's so odd about buying a city?
I see. A secret chamber with treasures. I do believe I've heard this tall tale before.
Oh, have you now? Well, have you ever heard of a story where the secret entrance to this chamber can only be found through messages hidden in frescoes?
That is a new embellishment on the story. I suppose, then, that must be why this golden apple and its miracles have everyone's attention.
Brava, signorina. So, you must be one of those treasure hunters, I guess?
In a way, yes.
I knew it. But I'm afraid you have your work cut out for you. The dome is larger than you might think. This isn't something you can find searching palmo a palmo. The only way to find the chamber is to solve the mystery of the frescoes.
Then it looks like I will need some help.
See, and this is certain to be the help you need. It includes copies of all the frescoes that reacted to the golden apple. It has a silk cover, tempera painting, and gilded edges. Buy it now, and I'll throw in a free collection of Dante's poetry. Trust me, traveler, with this, you will find the treasures you seek.
Hold on. If you've already collected all this information, why aren't you looking for the treasure? Wealth enough to buy an entire city. I have to wonder why you would pass up that opportunity.
I'm no treasure hunter, Signorina, nor do I think the life of a prince would suit me. I'm content making a living selling the keys to this fortune to others. The price is usually 10 florins, but as you are my 8th customer today, you know, in Firenze, the number 8 is said to bring good luck and eternal hope. That is why the Battistero di San Giovanni and the Duomo di Firenze have octagonal domes. So, for you, 8 florins. No, make that 5. The most detailed and useful manuscript around for just 5 florins. You don't want to miss out.
Sorry, but I don't have any money with me.
How could you make it all the way to Firenze without a florin on you? Ridiculous! I've no more time to spend on you, Signorina. Best you get back to your hunt.
Hold on. I heard that this golden apple could talk, and even fly in the air. It might have something to do with my missing friend. It sounds like I need this manuscript in order to find him. So, is there anything I can do for you? I can handle any issues related to magic. We could do an exchange. My magical services for your manuscript.
Not interested. No, go away!
That's just about everything I know about the Complaners, the secret chamber, and the relics.
I see.
We've gone to great effort to acquire you, Apple. Before us, you've been traded to the Palazzo, then San Marco, and even the Thieves' Guild.
And me?
Less talking, more slicing. From now on, you do as I say. Understand?
Sì, capito.
And what about me? Do you ruffians intend to beat this apple into compliance?
Ha! We don't have to. You're as good as dead out there. Here, we might just keep you alive if you have some use. Not that it matters. You don't have a choice.
Sir! Incoming!
What? It's poison. Assassins!
They must be on that roof!
Is that an eagle? It's rare to see one in the city, isn't it?
He's here. Our rescuer is here. Ezio!
Maldito assassin!
Che la morte non sia crudele. Requiescat in pace.
May the Father of understanding guide us.
Radunatelli! It seems I underestimated their strength. We need to get out of here straight away.
We should split up, Ezio. Here, take him with you. You know where to find me.
Nessun problema, amico.
Get him! Get them all!
Leonardo!
Don't worry. He is an honored guest of the Duke of Milan. They might chase him, but they dare not harm him in public. But we are not so lucky. Now let's go.
Well, it seems like this apple doesn't have much of a choice. You, at least, seem more polite than my previous captors.
They've gone towards the palazzo. Capture them!
You're welcome to try. Hold tight.
Sure. Whoa!
Hey, did you see that? Up on the roof. I think I saw something gold. Gold? Is it the golden apple? Get them!
I'm going to be rich! Rich! Get out of my way!
Goodness me! I've never felt so popular. This must be what the captain feels like. Pardon me, but would you mind speeding up a little? I'm beginning to feel a little like a turkey on Christmas Eve.
Turkey? It doesn't matter. Speed won't help us now. They're everywhere. But there's still a way out. We go up.
I think we're safe now. This apple certainly appreciates your climbing skills. No one can reach us up here.
Don't be too confident of that. The Templars have learned to climb after so many years chasing us. They can show up on the roof at any time.
I see. Then this apple will keep alert and ready for danger. Wow, this is truly an amazing view.
Firenze. It's been too long.
That must be the cathedral. Is it really where the relics are hidden?
See, I believe so. I've spent some time searching. I've even explored its catacombs. But I haven't any idea where it might be. Finding this secret chamber is what truly matters.
Oh, I nearly forgot to introduce myself. My name is Apple. I owe you my thanks, sir.
Ezio Auditore. But just Ezio is fine.
Of course, Ezio. This apple is something of a visitor from far away.
Is that so? You know, you haven't gone unnoticed. I heard word of you from my allies many months ago. They've been tracking you for some time.
I was being followed. Blimey.
We might have never even known you were anything but an ordinary fruit, if you hadn't started talking in your sleep. Leonardo has told you what's going on, see? Is there anything you don't understand?
Anything? Everything! These Templars, the Compliners, the frescoes, and you, for that matter! I know your friend was only stalling for time, but he all but scared the life out of me when he came at me with that scalpel.
There are many things that need explaining. For now, you need only know that these men are Templars, ancient enemies of the Assassins. The war between us has lasted a long, long time. I fear it will never end.
I see. Isn't there a more peaceful way to solve this? Too often, violence only treats the symptoms, while letting the disease grow.
I wish there was, but no. Too many have died to the ambition of the Templars. Even my own. Still, there is wisdom in what you say. Violence has a habit of making things worse. But there is a chance now to end this. To destroy them once and for all. So that no one else must suffer. I'm sorry we dragged you into this, Signore Apple. But we must not let the Templars get the relics. So, we need to know where you stand.
You and Leonardo seem to be close.
Yes, we've known each other for a long time.
Great. Then you have my full trust.
Hmm?
I am certain that Leonardo is a good person. If the history books, I mean, my intuition, is anything to go by. So, I believe that one of his close friends must also be trustworthy.
Oh? Good to see my charm hasn't dulled. Grazie for your trust.
Before we go, please allow this apple to make a request.
Anything, amico. I am at your service.
When I first came to Florence, I was supposed to be with some friends, but we were separated. Would you help me find them? And keep them safe, if need be. Given the circumstances, I worry this city may become quite dangerous for them.
Nessun problema.
Then I must repay your grazie, sir.
If we succeed here, then there is nothing I could do that will ever compare to what the world will owe you.
This apple is only too happy to help. I'm certain the captain would be jealous if she found out I was so sought after. But this apple enjoys a little attention too sometimes.
Everyone has their moment in the sun. When the time comes, even the least of us can change the course of history. So then we are agreed. Uniamo le forze.
Naturalmente.
Leonardo will be waiting for us at his workshop. Are you ready?
Ready for what? Our visit? Oh, by Jove. Perhaps I should prepare a gift first.
Now, are you ready to jump?
From here. Down there. This apple can fly, of course, but from this height, I doubt you would survive. I suggest we find another way.
Why waste time?
What? No! This apple may have experienced some anoxia during our fall. I'm so dizzy.
Shh. Quiet. Don't give our hiding spot away.
Oh, two! You, with the blue hat!
Good evening, gentlemen. Is there something wrong?
What? That voice? Ha! I have a good feeling about this.
I have never seen someone dressed like you before. Where are you from? What are you doing in Firenze?
I'm a visitor to Florence. Here's my identification.
It doesn't matter. Tell me, you've seen a man in a grey hood pass by.
Not that I know of.
Then have you seen something? Something golden?
Hmm?
Ah, she's useless. Continuiamo, muoverti.
You were right in there.
Vertin! Oh, this apple is ever so glad to see you again. If only I didn't look a right mess. Please, give me a minute.
With all the talk about a golden apple, I had a feeling I would find you here. Looks like luck's in my favor this time. But how did you get in here? Did you jump from that tower?
It's a long story.
Buonasera, signora. You have my thanks for your assistance. Is she one of the friends you talked about, Apple?
That's right. This is Vertin, a most trustworthy friend and companion.
I appreciate the compliment, Mr. Apple. And who is this gentleman?
This is Ezio Auditore, an assassin.
An assassin? Really?
Please, don't let the reputation of our name confuse you. We assassins kill. Only when there is a just cause. But maybe I can explain later. The curfew will begin soon, and I'd like to avoid any further complications with the guards. My friend must be worried about us already.
They sang and danced to the heretics' music. Then they cut their wrists to shed blood, mixed it with air and soil, and painted the mixture on the wall. The air smelled strange. I started to laugh and dance just like they did. Blood on the wall, reborn from the ashes. Blood on the wall, reborn from the tears. Blood on the wall, reborn from the flesh. What? Buonasera?
Blood on the wall. I am reborn.
Ah!
What's wrong, Mr. Leonardo? I was only reading the rest of the spell. Oh, I get it. You were having fun reading those horror stories all alone. I understand. I do love a good ghost story.
You might have considered knocking me, Signorina.
Mr. Leonardo? Mr. Leonardo! Mr. Leonardo! I called your name 3 times in a row, but no one answered. How could you be so rude as to ignore your patroness? Oh, I didn't mean to scare you, but Miss Sotheby has no time to waste.
Mi rincresce. I've been entranced in the words. It's a record of the Compliners ritual. The author claims to have been part of it and escaped alive.
The ones you've mentioned before? That nasty group of gremlins that used to meet in the cathedral in secret?
See, they are also the ones who have secreted away the relics that Ezio is searching for. My messenger must have told you why I invited you to come by. Your father just confiscated some manuscripts.
Oh, I think you're mistaken. Mr. Domenico is not my father, though I am very grateful for his help.
He's not your father? But I was certain that you were introduced as such.
It's a long story. I was wandering around the palazzo when some gentlemen arrived. As I recall, they were all members of the Decem Weary. One of them was Mr. Domenico. All of a sudden, he rushed up to me and asked if I was his daughter. He said that I had gone missing many years ago.
No offense, mia signorina, but that sounds a little like how they kidnap children in Santa Croce.
Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Leonardo. But Sotheby is a mature young lady who can protect herself. After all, I'm standing here talking to you in one piece. Anyway, he started crying about the garden he had built for her, and how it had all the rarest plants he could find. He even said he had Tahitian bridal veil, Egyptian privet, and devil's tree. So...
Fortuna certainly seems to be on your side. Now, did he give you the manuscripts? I can't imagine he would say no to his long-lost daughter.
Ta-da! Miss Sotheby already took the liberty of checking them all. This one is well-crafted and has the most details. It was confiscated from a book merchant. He said... It has a silk cover, tempera painting, and gilded edges. Buy it now, and I'll throw in a free collection of Dante's poetry. Incipe menelios micum mea tibia versus. How was that? Miss Sotheby has been practicing her Latin.
Brava! Your father would be moved to tears if he heard that.
Now that I've given you a hand, could you...
Don't tell me you want to join.
That's right! Please let me join in your adventure. Take me to the cathedral with you.
Mi rincresce, mia signorina, but this is not the sort of adventure suitable for a young woman. I barely survived my own encounter with the Templars. Don't presume that they will show you mercy simply because you are a nobleman's daughter. Mia signorina, I'm sorry, but I could never forgive myself if I let you be hurt. Whatever adventure awaits us at Il Duomo, I do not believe it will be fun.
There's no need to worry. Miss Sotheby can protect herself, and more than just that. I can make potions, aid in teamwork, research critters, read Latin, give orders, and even fight any villains we may find. Just let me prove it. Hooray! My screaming roots and Popeye slime worked.
Calm down, signorina. All right. Please, have mercy. You can join us. You've more than proved your ability. Ouch! Who could this be?
It seems like I've missed a party.
Ezio! Signore Apple! I knew you would get rid of those Templars. Oh, and you've even brought us a new friend.
Good evening, Mr. Leonardo. I've heard a lot about you on my way here. That lady behind you.
Martin! You're finally here. Have you any idea what I've been through? Miss Sotheby had to attend classes and even study Latin. My teachers were even stricter than Mr. Carson.
I'm so glad I finally found you, Sotheby.
I see. Each of us seems to have had our own adventures after we arrived. How interesting and wonderfully fun.
So, then we each arrived here in the stage. I mean, in Florence, at different times. How odd. As far as this apple recalls, the instruction book didn't mention anything about that.
So then you and your friends came here on a sort of pilgrimage. Was it a journey of discovery, or is it simply that you wish to see the beauty of Firenze?
It was only supposed to be a quick journey, but something happened along the way. Accidents, murders, and now the threat of an all-out war.
Again, I'm sorry, but we're in need of your help, Signore Apple.
What do you mean, we?
My friends and allies. My fellow assassins.
Assassins? Mr. Ezio, I need to know more about this organization of yours before making any decisions.
Va bene. I'll tell you whatever you need to know, if it is in my power to tell you. The assassins have a long history. We do not serve kings, nor do we kill for money. We fight for peace, and for the freedom of mankind.
That's very noble of you. I imagine you face many obstructions to that goal. Am I right that these Templars are one of those obstacles?
See, they've long been opposed to us. They prefer to impose their vision of order on others. They will stop at nothing until they control the whole world.
If order is what they're after, this apple does sympathize with them to some extent. There is no such thing as absolute justice, but we can all do our best to pursue it.
No. Nothing of what they do could be called justice. This order they believe in is only a disguise. All they truly desire is control. Their rise to power would be the end of freedom. No one would be spared.
I see.
Ask anything of us, we will do it for you. Anything within our reach.
All right. As Mr. Apple is already deeply involved in this, I must admit, I am curious about his change in appearance. Maybe we will find our answer to that in this secret chamber.
Grazie, amica.
Va bene. Now that we've reached an agreement, allow me to continue studying this manuscript.
I've seen this before.
Signorina Sotheby only borrowed it for us. We'll have to return it soon, so our time is short. Let's get started and see what clues we can find.
This is most confusing. Almost every fresco has one of these humanoid symbols, each adopting a different pose.
I once read something similar in a detective story. It could be a secret code, used between close friends to encrypt their conversation, like Typhon and Orthrus.
Orthrus? You mean this might be an encrypted version of ancient Greek? The grammar doesn't seem to match.
Mr. Leonardo, we haven't finished. Do you mind?
Uccello. It's Paolo Uccello. The copies cannot recreate every detail of the originals, but still the style makes itself evident. The perspective is perfect, and the geometric figures are so precise that it almost starts to get dull. There's no doubt. This is Paolo Uccello's work.
What's wrong, Ezio?
I know the name. My mother used to be a patron of his.
What?
I was young when we met. All I remember is that he was a shy man who kept his head low as he worked. He left before what happened to my family. Then we lost touch. I haven't seen him since.
Ezio's mother, La Señora Maria Auditore, is a kind-hearted patrona. She has sponsored many artists, myself included. I never expected Uccello to be involved, though I've heard he was a strange man. He became obsessed with his studies on perspective. Then eventually he disappeared. Not even his family knew where he went. It was declared that he died some time ago. 1475, I believe. But some claim that he is still alive, still painting, scratching out a living somewhere far from civilization.
Hold on. Take a look at the lines in the other frescoes. This bird, its lines are rougher than Uccello's. These were drawn by someone else, an imitator.
You're right. This is a counterfeit.
This apple hadn't expected an assassin to be so cultured, Ezio.
Don't be fooled by his rough exterior, Signore. The Auditores were once one of the great families of Firenze. Not so powerful as the Medicis, but still.
As Leonardo said, my mother has been a patron of many artists, including Uccello. I've seen his work many times on the walls of our home in Monteriggioni.
This is... Signori, I believe I may have discovered the location of the hidden chamber.
Goodness me! You figured that out before I could even finish the manuscript.
Mi rincresce, mia signorina. Once I begin, it is hard to stop the mechanisms of my mind. Take a look. It's a copy of the dome's blueprint. I've never seen anything so perfect in its design. The design was inspired by the Pantheon, and Brunelleschi invented the double-layered dome on that basis.
What a genius idea! The two shells serve as a buttress to each other, so that the dome could avoid from collapsing, even at this size.
Precisely! But see here, the tunnel between the two shells is scarcely wide enough for a man to fit through. That is, except for this space below the ribs.
Which means the secret chamber has to be there.
Appunto. But it's no more than an inference for now. We must visit Il Duomo to confirm it for ourselves. Ezio, you're familiar with this structure, aren't you? You've been beneath its catacombs.
I am. I have. But the cathedral will be under careful watch by the Templars. I doubt we can slip in undetected. We need another way in.
Don't worry. I have already devised a way. Have you heard of my work there? The Assumption of Mary?
Is that you, Signore Leonardo? Thank God. I still hadn't truly believed the rumors of your return.
I know. There was some trouble in Milan.
We've heard about the scandal concerning Duke Sforza. How savage.
That's why I came back, with a creative fever inspired by my pains.
Capisco. So, then have you come to finish the Assumption of Mary? It's been 4 years since you left. We've been careful to leave it untouched. Now, by the light of the Lord, you're finally back. We emptied the Duomo as you requested. I promise no one will bother you.
Grazie. I must get to work right away. My inspiration may fade at any moment.
But who are these signorine?
Good day, Father. I'm here as Signore Leonardo's apprentice.
And, why... I'm here to evaluate his work for my father, of course.
Allow me to present Father Alberto, Signorina Sotheby Domenico. She's provided huge support for my art career, so to show my gratitude, I've asked her to model.
For the Assumption of Mary? La signorina is a bit young, don't you think? And not exactly how I had pictured Mary.
Who is the artist, Father? Do not let your mind be so entrenched by outdated styles. When you look for a model, you must focus on their soul, not simply their flesh. You pay too much attention to her appearance, yet neglect what's inside. The Assumption of Mary depicts La Madonna's reception into heaven, not just in body, but in spirit as well. And what do you think best captures that moment, Father?
Huh? Why are you looking at me?
Esatto. That innocence and vitality. She may be a little young, but her spirit is perfect. In fact, it is that innocence which makes her more qualified than anyone. She will be indispensable for my work, for my inspiration, you know?
Oh well. Then I must thank you for your compliments, Signor Leonardo.
You have convinced me once again, Leonardo. Although, something tells me that we should go deeper into this topic. Another time, perhaps. For now, I will trust in your piety and capability. Please, let me know if you need anything else.
As it happens, there is something, Father. You see, I would like to try some new perspective techniques on this work. I know that Paolo Uccello is a master of perspective. Do you have any of his works around?
See, San George and the Dragon, one of his masterpieces.
Ah, but I have already seared this one into my mind. Have you any others?
Yes, there's another fresco in the dome, but it was suspended midway by the sponsor, the Arte della Lana. More than a dozen artisans and artists, including Signore Uccello, the chief painter, participated in this project. But none of them received a single florin for their work. Che Dio li benedica.
Oh, how terrible. Those poor artists. What happened?
This was nearly 20 years ago. I suppose it was simply too expensive. The dome itself is rarely visited. It is only natural that our money go to the central nave, where all the faithful might see it. I should leave you to your work, Signore. Che Dio vi benedica tutti.
They're finally gone. All right, time to start Operation Florence Typhoon! Wait, where's Vertin?
Right behind you.
Oh, where did you go? We're about to get started.
I wanted to make sure that there was no one else in the cathedral before we began. I believe we are alone now. We shouldn't be disturbed for some time.
It's always good to be cautious, Signorina. I should signal Ezio and Signora Apple now. They've waited long enough.
Is there something wrong, Vertin? You don't look well.
I'm fine. I'm not used to the smells here.
The smells? It's frankincense. And myrrh. Those are the most prominent ones I can detect. I believe there may be some other local florals. I wonder if all the incense is meant to make you dizzy on purpose. What better way is there to see clouds and angels?
That's a clever theory.
But heavy incense can certainly be unpleasant for some people. Oh! But Miss Sotheby has the perfect thing to help! Apply 2 drops just inside your nose, and you should be right as rain.
Thank you.
Ah, the weather is truly lovely today, isn't it? Any sign of the signal yet?
Not yet.
There's a window near the reaps. We should be able to sneak in through there.
Marvelous. All that's left to do is to wait for their signal. The sun is so warm and gentle right now. Like sipping a cup of fresh-made Cornish tea. Ouch! A bird? Did it think this apple was a fine-looking snack? It has letters on it. Nava.
Let me see. It's mirrored font, one of Leonardo's codes. You reverse it to get the true message. Avanti. Action.
Oh, I see. Nothing too complex. But what about this bird?
Another of his bizarre inventions. It has to hit something to stop. You should be thankful. He's improved it from his last design. It used to fly so fast that it would knock you off your feet.
Remarkable. It is an amazing invention. If I were you, I would suggest that he take good care of all his blueprints so they might be passed down in the future.
It wouldn't do any good. His genius may well be forgotten since he guards his ideas so jealously. He writes everything in ciphers like this. He would rather see his work burn than have someone else complete it for him. He won't worry about the future until it comes. That's just his way.
And what about you, Ezio?
I am an assassin. We work in the dark to serve the light. I don't want to be remembered.
That sounds lonely. Do you mind if I ask something? You've avoided speaking about your family. It sounds like something terrible happened. Are they why you became an assassin?
It is a long story. My father and brothers were killed by the Templars. I was only 17. So much has changed since then. I've changed.
I'm terribly sorry, Ezio. Forgive me. I should never have brought it up.
It's not your fault. It was 3 in the morning. I placed their bodies on a boat, performed their last rites, and then lit their pyre. I watched as it drifted away down the Arno. The pride of the Auditores. Yet I couldn't even bury them properly. All I could do was keep my enemies' names in mind. Fieri di Pazzi, Francesco di Pazzi, Uberto Alberti. I took their lives. Every last one of them. I don't think I've told anyone that for a long time.
I can't imagine the pain. Not to mention how hard it must have been to overcome it.
I didn't. You don't overcome that sort of pain. No. I took it in, and made it part of myself. I feel it again, raw and new. Every time I draw my blade. It's always there, guiding me from each target to the next.
But you said that assassins only kill for a just cause. Isn't that just killing for revenge?
Revenge can be a just cause if it rights injustice. I have to believe that. Someone's here.
Cazzo! The whole Duomo has been blocked for some honored guest. Even Signore Rodrigo can't get us in. I didn't know it sunk this low.
What are we even on the lookout for? Some kind of apple? Is it related to the relics?
What now?
A poison arrow.
What? Assassin! Assassin over here!
That should be the last one. But the Templars will be on high alert. We need to hurry.
Si, signore. It's dusty in here. Are you sure this is the right way, Ezio?
It's the only one that isn't crawling with Templars, so it has to be.
I guess that's a good point.
Look, there's light ahead.
Oh, who would have guessed? A secret tunnel.
Let's go, amico.
The brick patterning. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
We call it the spina di pesce, herringbone. Another of Brunelleschi's innovations. I know next to nothing about architecture, but Leonardo would say it helps to carry the weight of the dome.
That makes perfect sense. The diagonal arrangement must prevent them from shifting under the immense weight. A positively genius design. And to realize it, the bricks must have been layered with incredible precision. That would explain why it took so long to complete. 16 years. I'm certain it must have been exciting to witness its completion after so much time. Brunelleschi, Leonardo, Uccello. Your hometown is full of amazing people, Ezio. This apple wishes he had been born here.
There is no city quite like Firenze.
What's wrong?
There's something on the wall.
These appear to be the same symbols from the manuscript.
Then we're on the right path.
Look, another symbol over there.
We must be close. Avanti.
So, this is the secret chamber.
These murals have nearly faded away.
Nonetheless, it appears we can rule out a biblical scene, nor does it appear to connect with any significant Greco-Roman mythology. Perhaps there's some metaphor hidden in the narrative of these paintings. And if we can figure it out, we will find our way to the secret chamber. The problem is, there are so many murals. Where do we begin?
In most cases, you view a fresco straight ahead and from top to bottom.
In this order, they seem to be telling a simple story about a group of people and a peculiar bird.
Simple and straightforward. Except for this part.
What is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of this? My face! Why have you made it look so horrible?
Please don't worry, Signorina. This is only the first stage of my draft. I must draw out the details in rough so that you won't end up looking like an empty shell. They will help to express how you stand, move around, and exhibit feelings.
Really? Then Miss Sotheby will still look pretty, right? Once you've finished with all the glamorous colors and those adorable little angels.
In a sort of way, yes. Except, of course, that it won't be you. It will be the Virgin Mary. But other than that, you'll have everything you hope for, including all the colors and the little angels.
Hooray!
I hadn't actually thought you'd use the time to paint.
Of course. And we must take our work seriously at that. Father Alberto may show up for an inspection at any time.
I see. I notice you've used some guidelines in the background. Are you using linear perspective theory?
Caspita! I hadn't expected you to know about that.
Where we come from, mastering this fundamental concept is essential for every artist.
Cosa? A fundamental? That would make your homeland some kind of painter's paradise. Don't tell me even your snails can paint.
Oh, that would be such a delight, don't you think? I've never painted snails, but I've painted eggs. Mr. Carson once told me it was a part of your training method that...
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Perhaps, Mr. Leonardo, you could tell us more about your use of linear perspective. My understanding of it might differ from yours.
Con piacere.
Two vanishing points, huh? I wonder if a painting can have 3, 4, or an infinite number of vanishing points. Wait, I guess they would get all tangled and messed up that way. What was I thinking?
Multiple vanishing points, waning sanctuaries. Eureka! I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. If the whole thing is connected to Paolo Cello, then of course, linear perspective would be crucial for solving the riddle. Do you still remember the riddle? Sub cadente fulgore, cadencia sanctuaria coniunguntur.
Could waning sanctuaries be his way of saying vanishing points?
See? I believe so. Following this logic, then for them to unite must refer to the intersection of the lines extending from the vanishing points, and waning glow naturally must refer to the setting sun. In other words, we need to find the intersection of the vanishing points before the sun sets.
But the riddle didn't specify which painting, did it?
It must be a fresco right outside the secret chamber. Rumors say the secret chamber switch is hidden within a mysterious fresco. A fresco often consists of multiple sections. If all of them employ linear perspective,
Then there will be a lot of vanishing points to follow.
by the bells, it must be 5 already. We must hurry and inform Ezio of our discovery. We won't be able to solve the riddle once night falls. Time is of the essence.
Then it's time we take action. Mr. Leonardo, please stay here and keep Father Alberto busy while Vertin and I inform Mr. Apple about... Where have these clouds come from? I feel like... I could use some shut-eye right now.
No, this isn't time to sleep. We must find... Wait. What are we trying to find?
It's sleeping gas. Cover your nose. Hurry.
Sotheby! Leonardo! Not good. This fog is getting thicker by the second.
Leonardo? What's going on here? Have you fallen asleep? Keep on sleeping, poor lambs, and may you have sweet dreams. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
Uccello.
Who? Where? Oh, sorry. I hadn't meant to drift asleep. It's just that so much has happened over the past few days.
Perhaps the bird in the fresco represents Uccello himself. Uccello means bird, after all.
So then in these paintings, Uccello is a wondrous bird that has many followers.
A metaphor.
It seems like we're nearly there, but something's still missing. Perhaps I can take a closer look. You saw that too, right?
There were colors. Fleeting, yes. But no trace of color is ever fully erased. Let's see. There's a faint metallic smell.
Metallic smell? But this apple doesn't see anything on the wall that could create such a smell.
Trust me. In my line of work, I've become very familiar with this scent.
I do hope you aren't implying that those awful rumors that Mr. Leonardo told me yesterday are true. No. I refuse to follow this train of thought. It must be something else. Something less gory. Give me a minute. Metal oxidation, frescoes, and pigment. Oh, I've got it! Many artists in this era use pigments derived from minerals such as ochre, lapis lazuli, and chromium compounds. When exposed to moisture, they undergo oxidation, which may be the source of this metallic scent. Yes, it all makes sense now. I've cracked the code to this perplexing riddle, and the answer shines brighter than ever before.
Per favore.
I can only conclude that the artist used a special pigment that's only visible under specific lighting.
Only visible under specific lighting? How? That sounds like sorcery.
This isn't sorcery, amico. It's science. Back in this apple's timeline, I mean homeland, pigments like this are not particularly rare. But why does this phenomenon seem to be receptive to my body? Oh, I see! So this apple is no different than a kind of optical filter.
But for how long? The light from before faded in an instant.
As you might know, sunlight consists of various wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation.
Waves of sunlight? I don't get it.
Never mind that. Let's assume this pigment is only visible under specific colors of light, say, red light or orange light. At dusk, when the sun is near the horizon, its rays travel through the atmosphere at a steeper angle, which diffuses the blue and ultraviolet light, causing the sunlight to appear more orange and red. A sunset, in other words. Building on this, if we use an optical filter to block out even more blue and ultraviolet wavelengths...
You may as well get to the point, Signore Apple, because you've lost me.
With the right amount of red and orange light, the pigment on the walls should become visible.
But for how long? The light from before faded in an instant.
Well, that's true. Highly limited in duration, and in size too. Nothing like the breathtaking display Leonardo demonstrated in the monastery. It may require a particular angle to achieve the desired effect. However, figuring that out will take some complex mathematical calculations. So, this is Uccello's final puzzle, huh? All this has really piqued my curiosity, Ezio. What kind of a man was this Paolo Uccello?
Mi dispiace. I can't even recall his face. Though I'm not surprised by his use of riddles. If he is anything like the other artists I know. They all like hiding puzzles in their work. It's a means of protecting them from imposters. I do know he has a passion for drawing birds. That's part of the reason they call him Uccello.
You can tell from the meticulous detailing he painted them with.
Other than that, though, he was quite ordinary.
Is that so? Yet this ordinary man had a mind as vast as the universe itself. Not only was he a legendary painter, but he was also a pioneer in perspective and lighting. The perplexing puzzles he left in his works have proved an enduring challenge for scholars to decipher. Not to mention, he seems to be one of these Compliners cultists.
He was also a Florentine. And it's no wonder that a Florentine can work wonders.
Sotheby? Leonardo?
Don't eat me, please. Ooh.
That must have been the source of the sleeping gas. Thank you, Miss Sotheby. That potion you gave me seems to have mitigated the effects of the gas.
I'm not tasty. Really? Oh.
It seems they aren't going to be waking up anytime soon. There you go. You should be safe here, for the time being.
Ugh. Angels' trumpets are poisonous. Keep clear from them. Ugh.
I'm sorry. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Bene. Our reinforcements are in position. I understand that the Padre already took care of the rats in the central nave. You, go fetch them and lock them up.
Si, Comandante!
The rest of you will follow me to eliminate our troublesome assassin. Seize the golden apple and claim those relics. Now pull yourselves together. We can't let this assassin get the drop on us. So if I catch any of you slacking off, you're going to wish I'd kicked you off the ledge here. Capito?
Si, Comandante!
May the Father of Understanding guide... Huh? Who's there? Show yourself!
Good afternoon, sir.
You! Aren't you that visitor from last night? Don't tell me. You snuck your way up here for some sightseeing, signorina. Prendetela! Muoviti! Flank her from the other side! She must be with the assassins! Don't let her get away!
I need to find Ezio and Mr. Apple, but... How should I get inside?
It appears you're lost, signorina. Thieves, courtesans, and foreigners. I've always wondered why the assassins only attract the likes of you as allies.
It's not hard to side with the assassins, when the only other option is you.
Huh. You're just a band of faithless lowlifes, nothing more. Do you cherish your life, signorina? Or will you leap down like one of those suicidal assassins?
Ezio.
Follow the wall on your right until you see a mechanical bird. I placed it there to mark a hidden window. Your friend's waiting for you there.
What about you?
I have other work to do.
Oh, I'm so relieved to see you safe and sound, Vertin. We heard the sounds of fighting from below, and Ezio decided to check if any of you were in trouble.
Sorry for worrying you. But Ezio...
I'm certain Mr. Ezio can handle it. He knows what he's doing.
The Templars came prepared today. I'll go handle them. You stay here.
Are you certain? What if it's a trap? I have a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should go to get...
You don't need to worry. I've dealt with the Templars for many years. This is just yet another battle the Templars will lose. Besides, you are my friends. I won't let them put you in danger. I promise you. We'll meet again, amigo.
He's a selfless man.
And exceptionally perceptive. These Templars are indeed well prepared today. I came out of the central nave because Sotheby and Leonardo were knocked unconscious by some kind of sleeping gas.
What?
The priest, named Alberto, was likely behind it. I've hidden the two of them behind the altar. But there's no telling how long they'll be safe there.
This is bad. We still haven't figured out the trick to opening the secret chamber. Let's hurry, and we can exchange information on the way.
Optical filters. Uccello. Bird.
Yes, that's all we've managed to uncover so far. What about your side? Any new clues?
Nothing substantial. But combining what you mentioned about the fresco and what the father said.
Yes, there's another fresco in the dome, but it was suspended midway by the sponsor, the Arte della Lana. More than a dozen artisans and artists, including Signore Uccello, the chief painter, participated in this project. But none of them received a single florin for their work. Che Dio li benedica.
If I might speculate, I think that the fresco isn't a puzzle or the key to any mystery, but rather a reflection of the experience of the artists themselves as they were painting the cathedral.
The artist's real experience? But how would you explain this surreal-looking stone?
What if it's not a stone in the first place? Perhaps it's that optical filter you proposed.
You mean that Uccello had an optical filter too? Oh, that's smart. Even in this era, an optical filter wouldn't be impossible to make. All you need is something that reflects the light properly. For example, a small piece of stained glass. Anyway, we just need to get to the secret chamber to confirm it for ourselves. We're almost there. When did he...
You seem surprised to see me here, Signore Golden Apple and Signorina Apprentice?
So you were working with them. Just as I suspected.
You hid your discovery about linear perspective from your friend to avoid being spied on, didn't you? That was wise.
But it seems we weren't clever enough to see through your lies about emptying the cathedral.
I never lied. What a baffling accusation. All I have done is call in my dear friends who had been exposed to the scorching sun, while you were sleeping on the job.
I don't understand. You seem like a respectable man of the cloth. Why would you betray your faith to serve the Templars?
Betray? I've been a Templar all along. There was no one to betray.
But isn't Leonardo your friend?
Even the closest of friends may keep a secret or two from one another, don't they? It's not so different from his secret connections with the assassins.
This truly is an era of distrust.
Ah, and speaking of our friend Leonardo and that, model girl, I admit you hid them quite well. It took our men some time to find them. So beautiful. I've always liked the way the lime layers peel away, like buried sins exposed to the light. Layer after layer stripped away. It's a kind of purification. Now, open the chamber if you still care about the safety of your friends.
Let me warn you, Ezio Auditore is on his way here. He will stop at nothing to destroy you Templars.
Ezio, you say? I'm afraid I must be the one to tell you he's not coming back.
What? What do you mean by that?
You will find we are also quite experienced in dealing with assassins. He will find his eternal rest here in Firenze this day.
Give it up, assassin. The old city is looking for you. You won't get away this time. Our orders are clear. Secure the relics and the golden apple. And one equally important command from the Pope himself. Kill the assassin Ezio Auditore.
We will help you open the secret chamber.
Vertin, we can't just... Wait, when did you figure out how to open the secret chamber?
Bene, bene. It's time you shared your little secret.
Vertin.
Everything will be all right. Now, let's pay attention to the fresco. Can you recall the riddle?
Of course. It's how we got this far. Sub cadenti fulgore, cadentia sanctuaria coniunguntur.
Leonardo proposed that these waning sanctuaries must refer to vanishing points. And by unite, he means the place these vanishing points connect.
So we need to find where they are connected. What does the other half of the sentence mean then? Under the waning glow.
Could it be that the optical filter, I suppose that's me, must be placed at their intersection at dusk.
I believe so.
Well done, my obedient lambs. You've cracked the puzzle quite nicely. Now what follows is just some tedious work from my side.
This apple feels light and dizzy. Are we in heaven now?
It's that sleeping gas again. Hold your breath.
Hold my... Huh? Ooh. As above, so below. As below, so above.
Stolto, do you think I'd give you the chance to buy time for your friends? We will bring order to this chaotic world. By straying from order, you invite your own doom. You're bound to fail. Huh? My memory is as poor as ever. It's nearly dusk, and our assassin is most assuredly dead.
Ezio! How?
You claim to bring order, but all you do is seek control. Fortunately, neither the world nor its people will bow so easily.
Ezio. Sei un cane bastardo e fastidioso.
Un assassino non perde mai di vista il suo bersaglio.
How did you survive?
You're outnumbered, assassin. There's no way you can survive this. It's better that you kneel and accept your fate. No one can withstand the order.
Outnumbered? Where did you get that idea?
Where did they...
All those lowlifes you so readily dismissed. When I needed them, they came to our aid.
Impossible.
By every soldier and summon every knight and every Templar in this city. it will never be enough.
No. Can't end like this. Assassins. You're merely puppets. Strain. Driven by delusion. Each life you take brings you one step closer to the darkness.
Così sia. La fede dovrebbe dare conforto, non pena. Requiescat in pace.
Oh, thank heavens! No more befuddling riddles and clouds of sleeping gas. I've never loved this world as much as I do now. You were quite clever to cooperate with Alberto to stall for time. But how did you know that Ezio was coming to save us?
I didn't know. But I knew that irritating Alberto would risk the safety of Sotheby and Leonardo. Moreover, I think I may have actually figured out what the relics truly are.
That sound is familiar, isn't it?
I'll take a look. Sicuro. He means he's safe. Looks like my friends from the Thieves Guild have already rescued Leonardo and Signorina Sotheby.
You seem to have a lot of friends. I always thought that assassins worked alone.
Quite the opposite. True assassins are more than just killers. We are the manifestation of a belief. A belief in freedom, and the ability to fight for it. We do not hold to any authority but our own. We are free to follow our own path. And many share that belief. That's why we are never alone.
Just like the artist that painted these. I imagine they must see each other as fellow believers in art.
So, the outline of their story should be clear now. About 20 years ago, a group of painters led by Uccello started working on the fresco here. Even today, you can still sense the enthusiasm in their work.
The essence of linear perspective lies not only in reproducing reality, but in the narrative quality of space itself.
You have only scratched the surface. If you truly want to grasp the essence of the concept, I suggest you review Plato's theory of forms. Rather than simply copying nature, as artists, we should strive to reveal their true ideals through our work.
I'm so jealous of them. They are so talented and knowledgeable. Unlike me, I feel dizzy just seeing those guidelines.
Bah! Let me show you some tricks. Better than your linear perspective.
Here, Uccello lifted a stained glass to showcase his wondrous optical phenomenon.
Not again, Uccello! You can't keep altering our work with that strange pigment of yours! Oh, what a mess. And it goes against our patron's instructions. What if they find out about it?
Look closely.
The modified colors and lines do give the work a little more life. Fine, I admit it. You know what you're doing.
He's right. I say we keep it. It's not like our patrons are ever smart enough to figure these things out anyway.
It never occurred to me painting could be so liberating. Thank you for enlightening me.
Huh? Of course. To paint is to find freedom. That is what it always has been.
It was a time of joy and of meaningful creation. But it didn't last long.
I'm sorry. We must suspend funding for now. There is simply no money to pay you.
All at once, the painters and artisans were kicked out of the cathedral, stripped of their right to finish their final painting, leaving no room for negotiation.
No payments and no written records were left behind.
But life had to go on. These painters and artisans scattered each one, doing what they could to earn their bread, but always returning to the unfinished fresco that tugged at their heartstrings.
That night, I returned to the dome, but I never expected to find Uccello there as well. Then others came, one by one. Turns out, I wasn't the only one reluctant to leave our work behind.
Again, Uccello lifted the stained glass and... Their story has come to a pause here. Now let's finish it.
Let's leave something behind for our own sake. Birds with grayish feathers. Bells that ring at dusk. Or the Arno River running free. Let's do it with all that we have left. Our brushes and pigments.
So that is what all of this is.
What happened after that? The treasure hunters must have opened the secret chamber and found the Compliner's relics, right?
Well, there was no treasure inside. Just a few letters and a painter's address.
That's it? What about all those symbols? Don't tell me you made it all up?
Easy, easy. Allow me to continue. Long after the poor painters and artisans scattered to the wind, each of them received a special pigment from Uccello. They used it on other projects they worked on, leaving their signatures, these symbols behind to mark their work. And so concludes our Firenze fresco mystery. To celebrate this touching story, I've hired a team of talented artists to reproduce their paintings in a new book. And I gave it a wonderful title. La Primavera di Firenze.
Che delusione.
È un titolo terribile.
I've got something even better here. A map straight from the Spanish court with a direct route to India. Think of the opportunities that await you.
I have a serious question. What is there in India that is worth all this fuss? If Marco Polo is to be believed, not even there can one escape the troublesome rumors of merchants and courtiers.
Unfortunately, humanity's thirst for gossip knows neither geographical nor temporal boundaries. But this apple still finds it so strange that all the rumors about these complaners turned out to be false, from top to bottom. Seems like, no matter the era, lies always travel faster than the truth.
Well, I wouldn't say that. In fact, the rumors didn't really hold much weight until you arrived.
Huh?
The Complaners' relics weren't the most important thing we were searching for. In fact, we were looking for an apple. One very much like you. So when you turned up, looking like the very apple we had lost, it was only natural for us, and the Templars, to keep an eye on you. Of course, it turns out you weren't the apple we were looking for.
And you're only telling me this now? I thought we were friends.
It's only because I consider you friends that I had to keep this from you. That apple brings bloodshed and war wherever it appears.
Well, then it does sound like quite the troublesome thing.
You've caused quite a stir in Firenze yourself. No need to be modest.
Esatto. You are an amazing apple in your own right. My only regret is that I never got the chance to dissect you and study your inner workings.
I hope you don't mind, but I think you may have to keep that regret forever. Ah! Miss Sotheby, why did you sneak up on me like that?
I did not. I just wanted to tell you that Vertin and I met an old gentleman down there who was kind enough to give us directions. Well, he said if we keep heading northwest along the Arno River, and then, anyway, we'd end up in Prato Vecchio eventually.
I do believe you may have skipped some, if not all, of the necessary information.
Ezio knows the way. All we need to do now is deliver the letter to Signore Uccello. I suppose we must say goodbye to our dear Firenze for now.
Oh, that red is so vibrant, like an endless field of poppies.
What did I say? This place has the best view.
It is positively gorgeous. I see why you insisted we all come up here together.
A place of beauty like this is a fitting place for farewells. By the way, I had a discussion with some of my fellow painters. We discovered that Prato Vecchio is rich in a special mineral. One need only grind and heat it properly. Then presto! You have yourself some invisible pigment.
So that's the source of the pigment used in the fresco.
Uccello was born in Prato Vecchio. It's safe to assume he brought some from his hometown to Florence.
Just a hint of this powder, and you are able to create a vast array of remarkable colors. Among them, the most famous is a color some call Firenze Red.
Firenze Red. It's a good name.
Finally! That darling little house up ahead must be Mr. Uccello's home. I just realized something. When he learns from us that his friend Bianca has been dead for years, he might be very sad.
Signore Uccello, if he's even still alive, will be an old man by now. A man of his age grows familiar with death and farewells. Let's go.
Oh, who are you? Where did you pop up from?
Apologies for the intrusion, Signora. My name is Ezio Auditore from Firenze. We're here looking for Paolo Uccello. We have a letter here addressed to him from one of his friends.
Friends? I'm not sure my father would agree he had any friends.
Is that so? Well, the letter is signed Bianca.
Bianca? You should have said so earlier. Please, put the letter down. It's meant for me.
The letter mentions a particular piece of stained glass and details of the fresco in the Florence Cathedral. We assumed it must have been meant for Mr. Uccello.
It appears I've deceived you as well. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Antonia Uccello. And perhaps the Uccello you friendly strangers are looking for. I see. So Bianca has passed away too. That fresco was the last work we did together. Father passed away soon after, leaving behind my sick mother and a pile of debts. I used to follow Father wherever he went, whatever job he took. Sculpture, masonry, painting, frescoes, everything. I learned all I could from him, and after he died, hoped to accept commissions independently. But as a woman, it was almost impossible. But once I left Firenze and began using Father's name to make a living, some of his old patrons were kind enough to keep sending work my way, provided I concealed my true identity.
Oh, so you're the imposter!
I admit I tried to imitate Father's style in my earlier works, but I'm much more than just an imposter now.
No. A painter's mind should be a mirror, capturing and reflecting the truth and beauty of nature. To simply copy the works of another? No, Senora. It seems you still have much to learn.
Huh. Is that what you think? Well, I've heard it all before. Minds as a mirror. Ridiculous. Let me tell you, a painter's mind should be like a sheet of transparent glass. It refracts and transforms the external world, then reconstructs its image inside the painter's brain, rather than simply copying the natural world around us.
Oh, that is an intriguing theory. Odd, perhaps, but not without merit.
You just wait here. I'll show you with one of my recent works.
She seems so full of life.
She reminds me of my sister. Women like her have seen much pain, but they never let it defeat them.
If only her understanding of painting were a bit more profound, I believe we might become good friends.
Perdonatemi, may I ask, what was your name again? You said you are an auditore, see?
Yes. You know about my family?
I thought so. You look so familiar. I'm sure you know your mother, Maria Auditore, funded my father for a time. Father conducted a lot of his research on perspective in lighting. He passed that knowledge on to me.
I see. And you applied that knowledge to your frescoes, huh?
What goes around comes around, right?
Architects, sponsors, painters, artisans, assassins, outsiders. Our identities may differ, but our actions are all deeply interconnected. This apple has never felt so moved by the warmth and power of community.
I heard a lot about your family from Father. He was always very grateful to you.
Mi dispiace. If Mother hadn't cut your funding, perhaps you wouldn't have had to.
Your family helped us more than we could have ever asked for. Your mother once commissioned my father to paint a family portrait. Do you remember?
Family portrait? No, I had no idea.
It was many years ago, and the painting was never finished because of what happened to your family. This is the only draft left, but I believe it should be returned to you. Consider it a token of thanks for delivering this letter all the way from Firenze.
Grazie. This is... Padre, Madre, Federico, Claudia, Petruccio.
This draft captures the younger version of you perfectly. I can vouch for that.
What a lovely family portrait. Even the weather looks lovely. The painter did a great job capturing a wonderful moment.
One of the sweetest of my life.
It is a good life we lead, brother. The best. May it never change. And may it never change us.